I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The first order of business is going to be to set the date for the next annual meeting in 2014. It's by law the second Tuesday of the month of April, and that's April 8th, 2014. April 1st is on a Tuesday. I'll take a motion to set the time and date.
I make a motion the second Tuesday, April, 7 o'clock.
Second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Date of next year's meeting is April 8th, 2014. At this time, I will take nominations from the floor for the election of a moderator for this meeting. Could I have a nomination, please?
Nominate Bill Wagner.
Do I have a second?
Aye.
I second it. I second it.
Do I have any other nominations? Mueller? Do I have a second on that? And your name, sir?
Jim.
Jim? Do you have a last name, Jim? Some of you I know by face, not all. Okay, do I have any other nominations from the floor for a moderator for this meeting? All right, by show of hands, all those in favor of Mr. Wagner? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And all in favor of Mr. Mueller? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Mr. Wagner, would you like to come up, please?
You didn't vote. I didn't vote, I know.
And here are the financials. First of all, let's do your oath. I do solemnly swear. Go ahead, you may read it.
I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of moderator at this annual town meeting.
And you're William Wagner.
And I am William Wagner.
You may sign it. All right. And if Mr. Wagner would read the financial statement of the township, we would appreciate that. Okay.
Change glasses.
Oh, wait 1 minute here. Wait 1 minute here. I'm going to read the minutes from last year's meeting. Sorry. Green Garden Township Annual Meeting, April 10th, 2012. Clerk Rizzo called the meeting to order at 7:05 p.m. The Pledge of Allegiance was recited. The first order of business was to set the date for the 2013 annual meeting. There was a motion by Bob Massett to set the meeting date for April 9th, 2013 at 7 p.m. Bill Kraft seconded the motion. Voice vote, motion carried. The next order of business was to elect a moderator for the meeting. There was a motion to elect Gary Mueller as moderator by Bill Wagner. There was a second to the motion by Don Murday. Clerk Rizzo called for nominations 2 additional times. There being no other nominations, a motion was made to elect Gary Mueller by acclamation by Penny Massett with a second by Don Hellriegel. Voice vote, motion carried. Clerk Rizzo administered the oath of moderator to Gary Mueller. Clerk Rizzo read the minutes from the April 12th, 2011 annual town meeting. There was a motion to accept the minutes as read by Penny Massett with a second by Joanne Badenhausen. Voice vote, motion carried. Gary Mueller read the township financial statements, which are attached to these minutes. Open discussion. Don Murday was asked if he had finished his report on the meeting with IDOT. Gary Mueller said he would put a link on the township website for the www.ileanacorridor.org and post the agenda for the next month's meeting to discuss a resolution. Don said from his understanding, IDOT considered environmental, social, and economic factors when making decisions. Discussion continued about funding and access points at I-55. There was a motion to adjourn the meeting by Bob Massett with a second by Russ Standish. Voice vote, motion carried. Meeting adjourned 7:39 p.m. Respectfully submitted, Barbara Rizzo, clerk. And just a note, the date of the meeting was changed by the township officials because of the general election that was held on April 9th. So, do I have a motion to approve those minutes, or are there corrections to the minutes?
Make a motion, we accept the minutes.
Gary?
I'll second.
Gary, Harold, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. Sorry, now you.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, this is the fiscal year-to-date summary for the Road and Bridge Fund. Beginning balance on April 1st, 2012 was $148,864. Property tax revenues, these are all revenues, is $510,340. Replacement tax, $10,611. Interest, $33. Circuit court fines, $732. Calcium chloride, $6,702. Miscellaneous income, $817. Total revenues, $529,236. Expenses for road and bridge. Administrative salaries, $7,406. Health insurance, $27,385. Federal employment taxes, $38,405. State employment taxes, $7,831. Office commodities and utilities, $52. Retirement contribution, $10,220. Liability insurance, $6,580. Other administrative expenses, $3,085. Maintenance salaries, $118,515. Gravel, $29,439. Culverts, $2,162. Fuel, $37,823. Other road maintenance materials, $28,015. Contractual services for hauling, $21,564. Commonwealth Edison for streetlights, $4,218. Equipment, parts, and repairs, $16,088. Other miscellaneous hardware, $5,200. Other miscellaneous, $52,281. For total expenses of $416,271, leaving a balance of $261,830. Okay, that was road and bridge. Next is the fund for the building and equipment. Beginning balance on April 1st, 2012 was $32,211. For revenues, we have property tax, $25,438. Interest, $2.54. Miscellaneous income, $30,950, for total revenues of $56,390. Expenses, capital building purchases, $11,114. Capital equipment purchases, $45,930. Total expenses, $57,044. Ending balance, $31,558. Town fund, beginning balance on April 1st, 2012, $214,851. Property tax, revenues, $184,843. Interest, $29.42. Miscellaneous income, $13,063. Total revenues, $197,934. Expenses, salaries, $66,477. Retirement contribution, $4,509. Federal employment taxes, $7,273. State employment taxes, $2,139. Liability insurance, $7,434. Legal services, $225. Office commodities, $4,226. Utilities, $9,411. Assessor's expenses, $1,910. Contractual services, $5,124. Building maintenance supplies, $442. Other miscellaneous, $9,902. For total expenses, $119,073, leaving an ending balance of $293,713. For the General Assistance Fund, beginning balance on April 1st, 2012, $3,827. Revenues, tax revenues, $7,922.65. Interest, $7.38 for total revenues, $7,930. Expenses, general assistance expenses, $4,741. Miscellaneous expense of $10.34 for total expenses of $4,751. Ending balance is $7,005.98. The Joint County Bridge Fund, beginning balance April 1st, 2012, $26,826. Property tax revenues, $85,498. Interest, $13.60. State reimbursements, $124,799. Total revenues, $210,311. Expenses for bridge engineering, $2,749.84. Total expenses, $2,749.84. Leaving an ending balance of $234,387. The Permit and Bond Fund, beginning balance on April 1st, 2012 is $15,471. Permits, revenues from permits and bonds, $30,050. Interest, $1.94. Total revenues, $30,051.94. Expenses, refunds, $30,000. So total expenses was $30,000, leaving an ending balance of $15,523.16. That's it.
Any questions about financial statements?
Did you approve or anything?
No.
Nope. Okay. Next thing on the agenda is the open discussion. Any topics? Yes, Ron.
Yeah, I'd like to have some discussion on this water problem across the street here. It's a state-maintained road, but it being in the township, we have a problem with that. Plus, the water comes across the road onto township property. There's been numerous accidents in the making. In the wintertime, it's icy. I mean, we can just see what it was the last couple days here. This all started, I believe it was in 2002. I was a technician for IDOT, and I retired in December of 2002. And in the fall, I believe, or the summer of that year, AT&T or Illinois Bell, whoever was the name of it at the time for the utility, they dug this up here on this corner, and they screwed the tile up. As soon as it was put back together and we had a big rain, we had a problem. We never had a problem before. I think everybody can see that the tile underneath that, or the culvert underneath the building across the street is squashed, or, so that's got to get replaced. But somebody's got to get a hold of IDOT. Now, when that happened and I saw there was a problem, I called Schomburg, who people would have to talk to, and the utility department has a bond when they do something like that, when they dig. But obviously they must have gave it to them without checking it out. But I called about it and it was too late, but something's got to get done about it.
Okay, and where did, let's see. So the water comes from the north side of the street, right?
Yeah,
Um,
there never was water sitting there years ago.
yeah. Where does it go from there, do you know?
I don't know if there's a tile that goes under the road, or if it's strictly a tile that goes that way. And then I believe it probably would go right here behind the building.
Yes, Bob?
It goes underneath the driveway culvert, about 100 feet down the road, there's a culvert underneath Manhattan Only Road. It hits the waterway and comes back through here and goes through there. And that culvert's been smashed for, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years. And Goofy State comes out there, puts coal patch on top of the smashed culvert, and that's all they do. And I talked to a gentleman there today about it, that does the maintenance there at that building, and he's supposed to let me know if they've contacted the state and asked them why they haven't changed that culvert. And it could be that the state will not change it because it doesn't serve them any purpose to change it, even though it's an access into that building. They may tell them people it's their responsibility to fix that culvert. So I don't know, but the majority of the problem is that that culvert underneath the driveway there is rotted and smashed, and it doesn't flow to the culvert that goes underneath Manhattan, about 100 feet up there.
The one under Manhattan Money Road's okay? It's,
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it drains there, but this one, it can't make it through.
okay.
So I don't know. She's gonna call me and let me know what the state has told her about that culvert. And it may be that they're gonna redo Manhattan Only Road from Center to Schoolhouse Road this year. It could be they're gonna wait and do those culverts when they do this construction, but I'm not sure of that, so.
See, Bob, wasn't there like an open ditch here at the intersection though? I mean, there's not much of a drainage
Here,
ditch, yeah. Wasn't there just a little bit of a ditch or a swale in there to at least get the water to move that direction? Because now there's just almost,
right, there's nothing there at all now, you know.
but I thought there was a tile in there at one time also, just besides that.
Well,
That
good.
little curve in the ditch there to get the water to actually run out to the west and then back to the south.
Yeah, that I don't know if there is a tile underneath there or not.
If the state would come there and make a swale and then replace that culvert, or have those people, whoever's responsible for the culvert, the water should go that way. They might have to dig a little bit out in the ditch on the other side of the culvert, but, you know.
Yeah. Any feel for when the state would be redoing the road?
Well, bid letting is about 3 weeks away, so I mean, it's supposed to be done this year, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Is it, would that also be true to the place just to the west on the north side of the road too? So that culvert on that driveway could possibly get fixed?
I mean, that's
The water
the same
starts
thing.
coming down this way all the way from the top of the hill, Bob.
Right, you know, that culvert's bad up there, and then the old farm culvert here on the south side of the road is all smashed, but the state don't do nothing with that road. They just, they throw coal patch in it, and I mean, I've seen them throw coal patch here in the intersections full of water. And they just drive off, so either they feel that those culverts aren't their responsibility to replace or something, but you would think that they would get some kind of a notification from the state police or the Will County police that this is a bad intersection in the wintertime. Yet the
Right.
cop slides right on through it, keeps driving, and nothing ever happens to it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's the matter with the law enforcement here either. They're not doing their.
Well,
their proper
nothing's
job.
gonna get done unless somebody calls the Schaumburg or something on it.
To go along with, I think it was Monroe's comment, the water coming in from on top of the hill, was that by Al Erickson's
Right.
home?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is terrible there too.
Yeah,
Right.
well, that's a culvert under Alvin's driveway, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah,
And I also understand it's a state road, but I don't know, I'd like to see if we can get a little push going to try to get that, because last time I went through this on kind of a cold day, where they were sliding up and down through the intersection, the salt trucks were sitting in the schoolyard and off here to the side, and just, trying to salt it and trying to get rid of it, but they know enough to come here and salt it, but they don't know enough to come here to fix it.
Right, yeah.
You probably seen that too, Bob.
Yes, sir.
Do you have somebody to contact, Ron, or?
I'll get the number.
Okay. Give them a call. Any other discussion item? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Nancy, second? William? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.